Okay, so now to get your horse to go sideways, first you want to make sure they can move off the pressure on the front end and on the hindquarters. So you want them to be able to move lightly when you touch their face, just to be able to go around like that with both ends, and just move this end over too. So when they can do that, then your horse is ready to go sideways. If they can't do that, then you shouldn't be asking them to go sideways yet, because they won't understand. And so in order to get them to move their head over, you just want to put your hands, you're going to have a halter here, and you just want to ask for a little step. Just ask them to go over just a little bit. And as soon as they cross that foot in front of that foot, you release and show them they did the right thing. So to show you again, you want to have your hand, and you want to make sure they don't bulge this shoulder out and walk around in a circle. So you want to have enough pressure on this shoulder so that you can push them over. Just nice, just ask them like that. Good boy. Good boy. And the same with the hindquarters. You want, come in. Come in. Good boy. Just be able to ask them to move their hind end over. And in order to do that, to get them moving their hind end order, same with the front, you want to use the phases again. So you want to just lightly touch their hair, and a little bit harder, until then as soon as they respond, you release. And soon they will respond at a lighter phase because they do not want you to get to the harder phase. And you have to make sure the phrases are distinct. So you want to go light, harder, harder, harder. Distinct and different. And so the horse will realize if they respond at the light signal, they will not get a harder phase, which they don't want. So that's how you just get them to respond quicker, is by doing phases. Good boy. Then after you can do that, you can ask them to go sideways. And you can start just by asking the front end to move over and the hind end to move over. Front end, hind end. And then it'll soon blend together. So you can ask the front end, then the hind end. And then once they understand how to do that, you can ask them where your leg would be. It's better to teach the horse on the ground before you teach them on their back. So you want to put your hand where your leg would be if you were riding. And again, you want to do those phases. Nice and light, harder, harder, harder. And then they move off the pressure. You just release as soon as they move off of you. The quicker they release, the quicker they'll figure out that they did the right thing. So nice and light. And if they respond at all, you release. So 1, 2, good boy. So as soon as they go in the direction you want, or even shift their weight a little bit sideways, then you release to show them they did the right thing. So you just want to take it step by step, just nice and slow, a bit each day, a bit each session. They don't have to figure it out all at once. It's not a big deal. Just make sure you end on a good note. And also, if you're asking them to go sideways and they start going backwards, you want to make sure that you keep asking them to go sideways until they go a little bit sideways. Because if you release when they're doing the wrong thing by going backwards or forwards, they're going to think they did the right thing, and then the next time they're going to go backwards or forward because that's when you released. So you only release when they're doing what you want by going a little bit sideways or shifting the weight sideways. Just